It's Week 13 of the NFL. And coming up, it's the Commanders' leader at quarterback, as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Commanders and the Raiders on Monday Night Prime Time.
The sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. Tonight, we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season with a good Monday nighter between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in here a perfect 11-0. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
On first down, Covington. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he'll be taken down right around the 44 after a pickup of only a yard. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's fourth down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now back to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And the numbers for Claypool in last week's game. 6 catches, 95 yards, and a score.
And I don't know about you, partner, but if anybody ranks me in the top 10 in anything, I'm really happy. And that's exactly where he is now. Number 10 in the league in receiving yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go end zone for Hilton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Covington under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn your line and say, "Hey, guys, can we help here?" And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They ran him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
7 yards there and a first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Able to hit his target, Lamb. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Commanders are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Robinson will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. So the record safely in his pocket. Now it's a question of how high can he go. He's just become the first ever, Charles, to score 30 times in a single season.
Well, let's certainly savor this moment. The first time ever, as you just noted, that someone has hit 30. What a ride this has been.
Point after try forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Covington. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Howard. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. Oh, able to avoid him. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Covington. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They're going to look to throw. Able to hit his target, Claypool. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Robinson on a give right side.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football
as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Open man Lamb. It's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And some space here.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special runs in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Second and 5. And he rifles one incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown!
CeeDee Lamb
from 19 yards away. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's 21-3. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Covington. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Finding Hilton on the slant. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
The contact on that run came pretty early. Nice job just to push forward and get some extra yardage. Good game.
It certainly was, because the initial contact did not signal the end of the play. His mind, his body, his legs said keep churning forward, and he gained more yardage.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what...
And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw on third down, Covington. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
66 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Robinson with another carry.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Robinson will try to pick it up. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on 3rd down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And down inside the 15 he goes. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper. And a 1st down. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Raiders offense ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now a throw here to his running back. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down. Got him in. It's Brown. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And that is caught. It's Davis.
And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Carlson able to put this one through, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee in the final couple.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime in trying to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
2nd and 7 operating from the 34.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23.
And those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
Robinson up the middle.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They'll run with Robinson.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Robinson again.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his.
Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the third, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4.
122 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Back to throw now on first down. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Robinson diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
The try here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing on first down. Covington looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of
4. From the gun on 3rd down. Covington. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Covington. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
To throw on 2nd down. Covington. And his throw here's incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. It's Brown.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28.
They'll look to throw again. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Back to throw again. This will be caught by Brown. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Covington. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, You go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
136 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Handoff now to Robinson. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. They'll drop to throw. Caught left side by Hilton.
And he is going to have a Washington first down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So the drive will continue. After the conversion on 4th, they'll work from the 20 on first down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
2nd and 1. Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb.
And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go.
Touchdown, Washington. Quez Watkins
from 3 yards out.
And the Commanders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On third down, Covington. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Looking to throw, Covington.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. From the gun on third down, Covington. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that'll bring up fourth down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
He'll look to throw.
Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
And some room to work.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 13 yards there and a Washington first. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. They'll run again here with Robinson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Here's Robinson.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Robinson on a give right side.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for C.D. Lamb, incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
49 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Covington. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 23. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They start on the ground with Robinson here.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Robinson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought down at the 31. That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll look to throw.
Throws the out route, and he finds Hilton.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down, and that catch also puts him at 150 yards receiving now for the game. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Makes it third and
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Commanders,
the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the LA Rams come to town.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.